Hello, and welcome to our first ever virtual orientation session. We look forward when we'll have the opportunity to meet you in person, and so in the meantime, we hope you find this information that we're going to provide for you to be useful. My name is David Argis, and I'm the very proud principal of Dutch Neck Elementary School. A little bit about myself. I started my career teaching high school, and as I tell parents, I worked my way down. So I taught high school math for a few years, and then I came to the district as a middle school math teacher, where I taught for both middle schools for about a dozen years. And then I became a math and science supervisor working at the elementary level, and I truly loved working with elementary students as well as the staff and the teachers. After about 5 or 6 years, I became principal at Dutch Neck Elementary School, where I've served for the last 10 years, and I absolutely love it. As far as today, the format is going to be, we're going to have certain people share out parts of what they do here at Dutch Neck. My assistant principal, Mrs. Laura Bruce, will talk to you. You'll meet our kindergarten team of teachers. You'll also meet Mrs. Brenda Lavin, our school nurse, Mrs. Nancy Dunn, our school counselor, Mrs. Kathy Guidotti, a member of our child study team who serves as the school psychologist, and finally, Mrs. Shweta Marta, our PTA president. A little fun facts about Dutch Neck School. We are the oldest school in the district, and we celebrated our centennial a few years ago, back in the 2017-18 school year. It was an incredible day, a beautiful event, 100-year celebration. It was truly spectacular. Our school mascot is Dexter the Dragon, and Dexter does make appearances throughout the school year at various events. And of course, the children absolutely love Dexter. You can see there he is on my shirt right there. Also, a little bit about Dexter, we also have taught our students a special wave. We call it the Dexter wave. You put out your fist, you put out your thumb to represent Dexter's head, your pinky to represent Dexter's tail, and of course these are the ridges of the dinosaur. And so we taught them this little wave so that when they see each other in the hallway, rather than talk and say hello, they could give each other a silent Dexter wave or just wag Dexter's tail whenever they see another student or a teacher or myself or Mrs. Bruce. They could, pretty much use it for anyone, but when they're in the hallways, we tell them that they have to be quiet because all the other children are learning. A little bit more about Dutch Neck as a school. We house 700 children in grades K through 3. So it's a rather large building. Doesn't necessarily appear that way when you look at it, but we have 700 students in grades K to 3. We have 8 sections of kindergarten. Two of those sections actually house our dual language immersion program, which started a couple of years ago. We're very fortunate at Dutch Neck to have dual language immersion in Spanish, and our sister school at Maurice Hawk Elementary, they have dual language immersion in Mandarin Chinese. So our incoming kindergartners, this will be the 3rd cohort of kids that will go through the program. It is taught in kindergarten completely in Spanish, and then starting in 1st grade and beyond, half of the instruction takes place in Spanish and the other half in English. And it's incredible how much Spanish the children have already learned. Like I said, our 1st cohort will be their 3rd year. They'll be going into 2nd grade, and they certainly know more Spanish than I do already. We anticipate 9 sections of each of the other grade levels for the 2020-21 school year, so 9 sections of 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade. We truly have a wonderful, wonderful community where children always come first. We have talented teachers and really exceptional staff that really do whatever it takes to support your children, whatever it takes to support them. I wanted to let you know our back to school night we typically do in the early September, and that's where you'll have an opportunity to meet your child's teacher and learn a little bit more about his or her day. So that happens early in September. I also wanted to talk to you about the packet that you should have received that contains a lot of important information, so I really urge you to make sure you take some time and read through everything. It starts with an agenda for today, as well as a welcome letter, as well as important policies and procedures, School Messenger, which is our district communication system, and frequently used phone numbers, attendance reporting procedures, and finally for kindergarten, some items your child needs along with expectations and other helpful information in terms of readiness. Okay, so the PowerPoint also is something that I sent out, so you should have received that, and you can follow along as you go through the PowerPoint with the slides as each of us speaks to you. And I will start off with, actually before we start that, I wanted to show you this number right here and ask you if you know what the significance of this number may be. I'm sure some of you are already thinking that you know. It is the year that our incoming kindergartners will be graduating from high school. Sounds so far away, 2033. I remember when my son's principal did this, showed us that number at his kindergarten orientation, and I remember being in the audience and thinking, oh my gosh, that sounds so far away. 2010 was the year, and it's hard to believe it's been 10 years already since he graduated from high school, and I will tell you, it goes by so fast, so just definitely savor every moment of it, because it truly does go by fast, but 2033 certainly sounds a far ways away. I want to start by talking about our district mission and our strategic goals. Really, everything we do and we believe in starts with our mission statement and extends to our 3 strategic goals. And they can best be summarized by saying whole child, every child, and global child. Whole child means that we teach not just the important academics, but we also look at teaching the important social emotional skills. And it looks at the elementary, that could be in the intentional language that we use when we speak to students. It could be in making sure that we start every day with a morning meeting. We have designated time built into our schedule to do that. If you're an afternoon kindergartner, it's the same thing. It just starts right when the kids come into the room. And that's an opportunity really for the kids to greet one another and their teacher. There's often a greeting, there's some sort of a share associated with that, and sometimes an activity. It really is about building that classroom community while teaching the kids social skills. We use responsive classroom, which again is really about logical consequences for choices that children sometimes make that aren't the best choices, but hey, that's why we're here. We're here to teach our children so that they make a better choice the next time. And again, the intentional language we use for to teach children, so that's another part of it. But the social emotional component is very important. Every child really means making sure that we're meeting every child's individual needs and personalizing learning, meeting them exactly where they're at. And we do that in the various structures that we have throughout that are built into our program, such as using workshop teaching, reading and writing workshop. We do it that way. We do it through differentiating our instruction so that we're meeting kids exactly where they're at. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about that in a moment. And then finally, Global Child is really about teaching kids and giving them an understanding that we're a lot bigger than just our small Dutch Neck community. So really developing the global competency and global awareness within our students. We also teach children about the competencies for 21st century learning. We started this several years ago, but these are the important things that, not the academics, but things like being a self-directed learner or an effective problem solver, as well as an effective communicator or collaborative team member. These types of things are the things that really you need to be successful in life and in a career or a job. Of course, it's important to have all the content knowledge, but if you're not able to collaborate or effectively communicate, then it's not going to do you very much good. And so starting in kindergarten and working all the way up through high school, we embed these important competencies into everything we do as well. And finally, at Dutch Neck, we also focus on mindsets for learning. A couple years ago, I had purchased a book for all of my staff called Mindsets for Learning, and it's about teaching children the important traits for joyful, independent growth. And so through these traits like empathy and resilience and persistence, perseverance and kindness and respect, we focus on a trait and then we teach children about that trait through maybe doing some read alouds and some activities, watching some video, and so that the children learn about what it means to be empathetic, what it means to be kind and respectful. And then we culminate in an all-school meeting where the whole school gathers in the gymnasium, and then often a small group of students will present about that trait, and we culminate and celebrate that trait. So what the children have learned about it through the different read alouds and the activities that they've done around that trait. So it's really about that character education. What learning looks like for our Dutch Neck students is, first, we use a balanced approach to literacy instruction at Dutch Neck School. And what that means is we have a designated time set aside for reading, for writing, and for all those components of literacy, such as shared reading and partner reading. We do interactive read alouds every day. We also do phonics instruction, and for the higher grades, word study. So that means having that time set aside every day. We use I mentioned earlier, we use a workshop method to teach reading and writing, and also math. As far as reading and writing workshop goes, often the teachers will start with a focused mini lesson. It's about 8 to 10 minutes long, and that's where the teacher will introduce a strategy, a reading or a writing strategy. And she or he will model that strategy, demonstrate it, and then give the kids an opportunity to try it out while they're all together on the carpet as a whole group. Often they try it out with a partner. And then after they have an opportunity to try it out, then they go off and they apply that strategy to their reading or their writing. Sometimes they work in partnerships or small groups, and sometimes independently. And that's when the teacher has an opportunity to confer with individual students and work on their particular goals for that child. Of course, they're using this strategy and all the other strategies together to build upon their reading and their writing. It also is an opportunity for teachers to meet kids in small groups. We call them strategy groups or guided reading groups, so that, again, teachers can work with kids who are on the same level and meet their needs and build upon what they already know, their strengths, in order to bring them to the next level. So it's definitely not a one-size-fits-all. It's really meeting kids exactly where they're at, putting them in just right books so that they could, again, learn the skills, utilize those skills and strategies in order to get stronger and get to the next level. We also use a math workshop approach, and a workshop approach to teach mathematics, which is really exciting for me, having been a math teacher in the district for a number of years. We started this a few years back. Our teachers received a lot of training and professional development, and it is incredible to see what the kids do during math workshop. Similarly, the teachers will introduce a skill or a strategy or a new concept. There'll be opportunities to practice that strategy or skill all together as a whole group. And then the kids will have many more opportunities to practice that skill in small groups through a lot of different choice activities. It's when you go into a math block, a math classroom, during this time, there's often a lot of things happening. Kids are working together in partnerships, they're collaborating, they're in groups, they're playing games, they're using lots of materials and manipulatives. And again, that is really to develop a deep understanding of whatever concept or skill they're using and give them multiple opportunities for practice and repetition. Again, the teacher's a facilitator, so she or he is able to pull small groups of kids, work with individual students, and it's a very exciting time. Science and social studies. Science happens for a unit, and then after that unit is finished, then the teacher will teach a social studies unit. Science is also very hands-on with investigations. It's designed, the curriculum's designed from the next generation science standards, and so it's a lot of investigating and exploring and discovering and experimentation. Again, the kids are super excited during science time. And as far as social studies go, we start kindergartners with really learning about self and learning about the school community, and then it expands out with every grade level, with, again, the focus really being on community and global awareness and citizenship. Also integrated throughout every day are specials, and those in kindergarten look like the children have library, once a week, physical education, and music. And then in first grade, they have those same specials, and as well as art, and phys ed happens twice a week, and music happens twice a week in first grade. In second grade, all of the above, as well as Spanish, and the children receive Spanish twice a week. And in third grade, all of those same specials with the addition of computers. So those are the specials that our children receive. I'll be back on at the very end to give some final remarks and conclude. And now you're going to hear from various people, starting with Mrs. Laura Bruce, my right-hand lady and our assistant principal.
Hello, I am Laura Bruce, and I am the very proud assistant principal at Dutch Neck Elementary School. I've been the assistant principal at Dutch Neck for the last 6 years now, and have been in West Windsor Plainsboro School District for the last 18, I believe. We are so excited to meet your incoming kindergarten students. And we realize that this is rather unprecedented and interesting times, but please know that no matter how the fall looks, we are going to love your kids, educate your kids, grow with them. Before you know it, in a blink of an eye, you're going to be sitting at a high school graduation, and the speaker is going to be talking about how this kindergarten class, 12 years earlier, came in to unprecedented times and continued to learn, grow, thrive, and excel all along the way. I'd like to talk to you for a moment about some of our Dutch Neck events and practices and traditions so you can get to know a little bit more about our school. One thing that you'll see in all of our classrooms is a educational philosophy called Responsive Classroom. That is really all about community building in the classroom. So you'll see it from the beginning of the day when the teachers greet students to morning meetings where they have shares and ask questions and learn more about each other, in the language we use with children, and in the idea of logical consequences, because just as kids are growing and learning academically and socially, they are in terms of making decisions too. And that's part of our job, is helping them navigate that and learn from their experiences. We also have a Dutch Neck postal service. We have a mailbox, and kids will have the opportunity to write letters to peers, teachers, even Dexter, our school mascot dragon. And Dexter writes back too. We have STEAM days, which is science, technology, arts, math, engineering, where outside presenters come in and teach our students all about those subjects. We have field days in PE where the kids go out and have a wonderful team building opportunity. We have spirit days where we dress up in costumes and have funny hats and all of those things. We do choral concerts as a third grade send-off. They have 2 chorus concerts where they do an amazing job of putting on a performance. We have all school meetings where we get together and the students take the leadership role in presenting, often on sort of character traits that we're looking to embed in our students, whether it's optimism or resilience or other mindsets and growth opportunities. We do bucket filling, which our guidance counselor will tell you more about, but it's all about how can you fill a bucket and do something kind for someone as you go about your day. We also have an author's day where a local author or illustrator will come in and really make the books of our building come alive. They'll talk about how the process works, the rejection letters they got before they were able to succeed, and really just make the pages and the stories come alive in a new way for our students. We also do an evening event that changes every year, but it's an opportunity for families to come back into the building and for students to have interactive experiences with their teachers. I'd also like to take a moment and talk to you about our district website, as that's a really important part, as it has always been, but especially in this digital age. www.p.org is our district website. And from there, you can find so much information right on the front page. It has calendars, it has updates that are happening. It also gives you access to our student information system, which is Genesis. In there, you'll be putting all of your contact information, address, phone numbers, emergency contacts. That is tremendously important. because we need to be able to contact you throughout the day just to let you know what's going on with your student, whether maybe the nurse needs to call or, we want to reach out. It's also the way that the district can send notifications. So if there's a snow day, they will text that right to your phone from the number that's put in Genesis. So just make sure that's accurate. And if it ever changes, you can update it there. The Genesis system is also where you will find report cards, transportation information, such where's your bus stop, what time it is going to pick you up, all of those things. So again, Genesis is a really important spot. The Dutch Neck page of the district website is also a great resource. From there, you can get to all of our individual classroom and teacher pages. So on there, you'll find information about your child's teacher, the supply list, a welcome letter, upcoming events. Usually around the 3rd week of August is when teacher names will go out, and we can share that with you, and then you'll get to go on those pages and get to learn a little bit more about them as they reach out. Anyway, it's a very unique time, but please know we are so very happy and excited to have our building filled again with children and to see you in whatever form that may look like. So thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Faulkner. I have been a teacher for 33 years, 30 of those at Dutch Neck School, and 20 of those 30 in kindergarten. So as you can tell, I'm very passionate about teaching young children. And I'm very excited that I'm going to be able to teach some of your children. And I'm looking forward to the time that I can meet them and learn about them and then help them learn all the things they need to learn in kindergarten. It's going to be a great year.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Amy Kiefer. I have been teaching for 18 years, and this is my 5th year in kindergarten. I really enjoy watching the kids grow from September to June. They grow with their social interactions, become independent, and engage their curious minds. Most of all, I hope that they have a love for learning.
Hi, my name is Amber Coney. I'm a kindergarten teacher at Dutch Neck Elementary School. This will be my 2nd year teaching kindergarten. I taught 3rd grade for 7 years before I switched to being a kindergarten teacher. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you. One of my favorite things about teaching kindergarten is teaching everyone how to read. It's one of my favorite parts. I hope you enjoy your summer, and I look forward to meeting everybody. Bye.
Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? Estoy muy bien, gracias. Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? Estoy muy bien, gracias. Hola amigos, hola amigas. Me presento. Me llamo Doctora Warren y soy la maestra de kinder en el programa de DLI con señora Rufo en la escuela Dutch Neck. Dutch Neck. Dutch Neck es mi escuela, es su escuela y es la escuela de Dexter, el dragón. ¡Rar! ¡Hola, Dexter! Adiós, amigos. Adiós, amigas.
Hi, my name is Lilia Rufo. I'm an instructional assistant for the Spanish program here at Dutch Neck. This will be my 2nd year working with Dr. Warren. Thank you.
Hi, I'm so happy to be part of this extraordinary kindergarten team. My name is Mrs. McMahon Nestor, and I'm the reading support teacher. We all know that children enter kindergarten at various degrees of reading development. Some children are ready to read books. Others are just learning to identify letters. The good news is it's all good. As a reading support teacher, I work with small groups of children who may benefit from a little additional support as they develop as readers. I look forward to meeting all of this year's kindergartners.
Hi everyone, my name is Brenda Lavin and I'm the nurse here at Dutch Neck Elementary School. And I'm just going to go over a few of the health office procedures and also let you know what requirements are for starting kindergarten with regards to the health office. So just to let you know that my goal as a school nurse is to ensure a safe and healthy environment for your child. And whether that means treating them at school for any injury that occurs or being sure that they stay at home when they're not feeling well. So first off, for our requirements for the fall, we have immunization. So all students should be fully immunized before starting kindergarten. So if your child is not up to date on all of their shots, be sure to complete that over the summer in order to be in compliance, because those need to be submitted prior to the first day of school. As well as that, we need to have a physical for them, and that needs to be within the last 365 days of the start of school. So it has to be from September 2019 or later up to present. And that's what's acceptable. Like I said, all these forms are on the district website that you can print and have your doctor complete. So if they have had a physical within the last year, but you just don't have it on the paperwork, you can just download that and have your doctor complete it. Okay. So also, if your child has a serious medical injury, medical illness, or allergies, just feel free to contact me, reach out, and we can set up a meeting and discuss your child's needs. If your child takes a daily medication that is to be administered during school hours, please download the form on our website. It has to be completed by you and the child's doctor. And also, the medication has to be brought directly to me. It cannot be sent in via your child's book bag. It needs to be hand delivered to me by an adult. Some health office procedures that I just want to make you familiar with. Students are sent to the nurse's office in kindergarten with a note and a buddy. If I have to check their temperature and it comes to 100 or more, they're immediately sent home. Please make sure in that regard that you have your contacts updated in Genesis. And if you work far away, please have somebody designated who can pick them up within a timely manner, because we don't want sick children sitting around. Just for their comfort. Also, your child should be fever-free without any medication for 24 hours before they can be sent back to school. This is very, very important. Also, during the year, I conduct various screenings on the grades. So there's height, weight, blood pressure, vision, and hearing. And these will be conducted typically in the first half of the school year. And if there is any problem and they need a referral, then you'll be contacted. Otherwise, just assume everything is okay unless you receive a referral. Also, for PE days, please send your child in proper shoes. Don't put any dress shoes on. Make sure that they have proper sneakers so that they don't get injured. If you have a student who does have severe allergies, we would encourage you to pack lunch and a snack for them. We do give out forms at the beginning of the year, letting those in the class know that there is somebody with an allergy and not to bring in those allergens, but we just want to err on the side of caution. If your child is going to be absent due to a health concern, you can call the TelSafe number via our school phone number, or you can just easily put it in Genesis, which I think is actually the easiest option. And when you do that, please let us know what the illness is, what the symptoms are. We track certain illnesses like flu during flu season, and it just helps me out in my office to follow up. Also, if your child's going to be out for more than 3 days, we would like a doctor's note clearing them to return. I'm always accessible during the school day. You can call, you can email. When trying to reach you, I would typically call, email, leave messages. I can do all of the above, depending on the level of importance. Sometimes we do all three. If you would like your child to be excused from gym, we ask that you would write a note. That note is good for 1 week, and if they require to be out longer, we would ask that you have a doctor's note stating the clear medical reason why they are not going to be participating. So the school nurse typically does not contact parents for minor first aid, abrasions, cuts. We do contact parents for injuries that occur during the school day that warrant further observation or further treatment. So you will be contacted if if your child needs to be picked up. If there's something minor, you might receive a call from me. So but don't be too worried when you see my number coming up on the phone. Well, that's basically about it, but always feel free to reach out, to call or email me, and I'm here for you and for your children. All right, and I look forward to meeting your children in the fall. Thank you.
Welcome, new Dutch Neck families. I'm Kathy Guidotti, school psychologist, and I am part of the child study team here at Dutch Neck School. There's also a learning consultant and a social worker who work part-time with me as part of the team. We offer many different services at Dutch Neck School, including occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech services, counseling services, and groups. If you suspect your child has a disability, please contact me or someone in this video either prior to the start of school or during school with your child's teacher. If you're not sure and something comes up during the year, we do have a committee called the Intervention and Referral Services Committee. We meet usually about twice a month, and that is run by Mrs. Dunn, the guidance counselor. We also meet with you and your child's teachers and administration if we suspect that there is a disability or a problem. And we discuss solutions and brainstorm to work together as a team to ensure your child has the best opportunity to learn.
Hello, welcome to Dutch Neck. My name is Shweta Marda and I am the Dutch Neck PTA president. I have 2 kids and I have been with Dutch Neck for over 4 years now. I love this school. It is a great school, and I think during this time of the pandemic, all the teachers, staff, and the kids have shown even greater spirit and resilience. To me, Dutch Neck feels like a community because parents here are so actively involved in their child's school life. And I think one of the best ways for you to experience that would be to join our PTA. PTA stands for Parent Teacher Association, and it is a non-profit organization. So parents like you and me can join it for a small yearly fee, and with that, and help organize fun and educational events for our students and the school for the entire year. Also, with that small fee, we are able to fund many school programs. We do things like teachers' grants, where we provide better resources for the classrooms, be it books or technology. So it directly impacts our students. We don't know what the new year is going to look like, but just like the school is working on various possibilities and planning hard, Dutch Neck PTA will also, try to adapt itself and, think of better ways to continue to add value to our students. Even now, when the virtual schooling started in March, we were able to conduct various virtual events. We did an art show on our Facebook page. We also did a Ninja Warrior training, which was a live event and attended by over 250 people. So I think in the new school year, with your help and involvement, we will strive to bring new adventures for our kids. So please do check out our website for all kinds of valuable information. It is dutchneckpta.org. You can here you can sign up to become a member of the PTA. You can also click on get involved and get actively involved and help us in organizing various events. Please do share your talents. There are many jobs that can be done from home. So it would really be amazing to have new people on board and new talent on board. And if you have any questions or if you just want to say hi to me, please do reach out at dutchneckpresident@gmail.com. And I'm so looking forward to getting to know you and make new friends. Thank you for listening.
Good morning. My name is Nancy Dunn, and I'm the school counselor at Dutch Neck Elementary School. I want to welcome you all to our school. You're going to find that it's a wonderful place of learning for your children and community. At Dutch Neck, I wear a lot of hats, is what I usually say, which means I, do a lot of different things. But I do get to know many of the students because I visit all the classrooms and do lessons about accepting others, getting along with your friends, being a good friend, all kinds of topics about social and emotional learning. I also run some small groups for children in grades 1 through 3. So on a variety of topics, usually about friendship and getting along with others. And I'm also a resource for parents. So if there's anything I can help you with, please don't hesitate to contact me. One of my main jobs at Dutch Neck is to promote and develop a positive school climate. So we do that in a lot of ways. We're always planning or discussing themes about acceptance and kindness are main themes for us. Something that you'll hear your child talk about is being a bucket filler, which is based on the story, Have You Filled a Bucket Today? It's a wonderful story if you want to pick it up at the store, at Barnes & Noble, or buy it online, about filling each other's buckets, being kind, and we do that by being kind. There's a lot more to it, but once your child is a part of our school, I'm sure they'll be talking about that. So again, I'm here if you need any assistance, and I look forward to getting to know you and your child, and welcome to Dutch Neck School.
Hi again. We hope you enjoyed meeting some of our staff members and that you found the presentation to be informative and helpful. I also wanted to add that about the 3rd week of August, you'll find out who your child's teacher is. You'll find that information in Genesis, our student information system. So what you want to do is log in around the 3rd week of August, and then you'll find out once you find out who your child's teacher is, you'll be able to go directly onto her or his website to find a welcome letter and some additional information. Finally, there's no question that school is going to be different than what we have been accustomed to. And as of this taping, we don't know what it's going to look like. We do know that we're very, very excited to meet your children, work with them, and watch them flourish and grow. We look forward to meeting you in person, and in the meantime, please be safe and take good care. Thank you very much.